Welcome everyone. Today I have Jayne Day from Webonize here. She's a marketing guru and she does lots of things, let's face it. But one thing she specializes in are paid ads like Facebook, Instagram ads. And not only can she do it for people, but she also has an offering where she teaches people how to do it for themselves, which I think is pretty cool because it's a wild world in paid ads out there. Welcome, Jayne.
Thank you, Carmen, for having me.
So, Jayne, congratulations. As of today, you've been working with Mirzi, your virtual assistant, for 364 days. So, it's basically your anniversary.
Wow, I hadn't even realised that. That's great to know. I'll have to send her a message.
Happy anniversary, Mirzi. So, if you cast your mind back a year, Jayne, or a year and a little bit, when we spoke about, the possibility of you getting a virtual assistant, where was your business at then?
Yes, so I was doing a lot of things myself. I did have another VA that was working with me, but she was a subcontractor, so she worked with multiple clients at the same time. She had her own VA business. And I was finding it really difficult in time management. So obviously my business wasn't at the top of her to-do list because she was managing multiple clients. So a lot of the times I was jumping in and doing everything myself when it was something that was time sensitive. So I was working too many hours and doing things that I realistically shouldn't be doing in the business. So, in order to grow and to work with more clients, I needed that support that was there just for me. That's why I chose to hire a VA through Global Teams.
Beautiful. And when you interviewed like your candidates, what made you decide that Mersey was the one for you?
A lot of it is gut instinct, I think, and there was nothing wrong with the other people we interviewed. However, I just felt that Mersey had a good work ethic, that she had already had some knowledge and experience in what I needed, and she seemed really willing to learn. So that's why I chose to go with Mersey.
Yeah. And I love what you said before about that certainty because Mersey works with you half time. So you know that for half the day, from this time to this time, Mersey's going to be there. And so if something can wait until, the next day when Mersey's there, you can leave it for her. Obviously, if something needs to be done in the next 5 minutes and, she's not around, then you have to do it. But you've got that certainty, even though she works half time for you. So I think that's a good balance. Now, describe to me what sort of things does Mersey do for you in your business?
Yeah, her role has grown since she's been with me, but she does a lot of admin side of things. So, scheduling emails, scheduling blog posts, social media posts. She designs Facebook ads for me. So, she'll add captions to videos. She'll do image design in Canva. She also helps out with a couple of clients that I work with where I manage their website. So, I do a lot of website management as well. So, she helps with updating websites, uploading new products for an e commerce site that I manage for a client. So, she helps with a lot of the back end stuff in that respect. It's very time consuming, and I'm amazed at how quickly she does things sometimes. I think she does them quicker than I do at times. So, pretty much anything that comes up in the business that is design, scheduling, marketing, she's really helped me get more on track with my own marketing for my own business because, probably as well, when you work with clients, the client work comes first and we always put our own business on the back burner. But having Mersey there and having her weekly tasks, I know I've got to get certain things to her and then she goes ahead and does the rest of it. So it's helped me really become more consistent in my marketing as well.
Wow. And so talk to me, like what your marketing is that like LinkedIn, is that paid ads? Like what sort of marketing do you do or you get Mersey support with?
Yeah, so my own business, I create a weekly blog post at the moment, and then all my other weekly marketing sort of stems off that. So LinkedIn posts, Pinterest posts, Facebook, Instagram. I primarily do Instagram myself just because I like that personal touch with the reels, but she does help creating carousels and things like that. And then obviously I do paid ads for my own business as well. Mersey will help with the ad creation side of things, so the images, but I still do sort of the actual technical side of the ads management at the moment. It is future plans to train Mersey up in that side of it, but still at this stage, I do all that myself.
Yeah. And I love how Like, I look at my marketing team in my business, and they've most of them have been with me for 5 years, and so, like, they now take on more and more and more, but, it wasn't like that when they started, so, they've grown with the roles. So, having Mercy's support, you said it's made you more consistent with your marketing, but how else has it impacted on you and your business?
It's allowed me to take on more clients because I'm not doing more of the mundane work that I was doing before. And because it's made me more consistent with my marketing, it's obviously attracted more clients in that way. A lot of my business is referral based, but I have, with the consistency in my marketing, it started to also bring in new clients from social media and things like that as well. So it's helped grow the business overall.
So she supported you with two arms. One is like marketing for your own business, so attracting leads. And then the other one is operations. So it's actually increasing your operational capacity so you can take on more of that business. So it's a two-pronged approach. And how do you communicate with Mersey, and how has it changed over the last year?
Yeah, it's pretty much stayed consistent over the last 12 months. So we use Voxer to communicate daily. So either text or voice messages in there. So anything that Mersey has issues with, she communicates with me in Voxer. She lets me know when she's starting of a morning and when she's finishing up of an afternoon, and lets me know what she's got done. So that's really handy for quick communication. All her tasks and all project management is done inside Asana. So inside Asana, anything that comes up that I need her to do for the day, I put it into Asana for her with all the details. If it's something that requires a video explanation, I have a video in Asana as well explaining to her exactly how to do it if it's something she hasn't done before. And then in there as well, she can sort of then leave, say, for example, she's creating images for me in Canva, that she'll then leave me the links for those things in that particular task in Asana. So that really keeps us on track and organized. And Voxer is more for the just, little bits and pieces that are separate from that.
Yeah, beautiful. So you've got a messaging platform, which is Voxer. You've got the project management tool, which is Asana. Do you guys also jump on face to face calls every now and again?
We did initially, we'd catch up. We don't so much now. I think because we use the Voxer and we're communicating daily, we find we don't need it. But if there is something that I really need to talk to Mersey about in a lot more detail, get her feedback on something, we do absolutely jump on a Zoom call, but it's not as often as we used to.
Yeah, and it's not like scheduled, it's as required by the sound of it.
Exactly.
It sounds like
Yeah,
it's working for you guys.
absolutely. Yeah, it is.
And Jane, I find that being a business owner, there's so many learnings. What have you learnt about yourself working with Mersey over the last year?
I used to always think of myself, and I don't know why. I've managed team in the past. I've worked in, corporate type situations and had team underneath me, but I've never liked managing people. And I've always said in my own business that I wouldn't go down that route with, it would just be me. But I just found that I needed the support to, I suppose, free up my time and give me a bit more of a lifestyle as well. So I suppose I've learnt working with Mersey that there is a way to have team and manage people and it not be as stressful as what I always thought it would be.
That's really interesting. And like, what do you think the difference is? Like, how you've approached it, the person?
To be honest, it's the support that I got from global teams as well. Knowing not to lump a whole heap of tasks on them at once, to take it easy, to guide them through the process so that they can learn, and not putting the pressure on myself to teach them everything all at once. So let them just gradually grow into the role. That's been the biggest difference to the way that I've tried to approach it in the past.
Okay, that's really interesting. Like, I'm hearing you. Sometimes I have to pinch myself to go, how did I put myself in a situation where I've got so many people reporting to me? And sometimes I do find it a little bit of a headache. But then I'm like, okay, well, the other option is I can't grow. Like, not only can my business not grow, but I can't grow as much as a person because I need to be doing the things XYZ. Whereas I can now get people to do X, Y, Z, and I can work on new, bright and shiny things over here, which is what drives me.
Absolutely. And it allows you to do the things that you love doing in the business rather than the things that you dread every day. You can pass that off to somebody else that, as I said before, that probably does it quicker than you as well. So, yeah, it allows you to really, do the things that you love more.
Yeah. And one people's concerns that people say is, how do I know my virtual assistant's working? And what they're really asking is, how do I know I'm going to get an ROI? And but it sounds like that's not been a problem for you and Mersey. It's actually the opposite. Like she's able to do more than what you thought.
Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes I even think, have I given her enough for today? Is she, have I got enough to keep her occupied for a full 4 hours? So, no, I never have any, not that, she's not reporting to me every minute of the day or anything like that, but I've never thought, I wonder if she's working the full 4 hours or anything like that. She gives me the output that I'm certain that she's putting in 100% effort.
Yeah, that's great. And so, what advice do you have for business owners who are listening to this podcast and they might have been thinking about getting a virtual assistant but haven't made the leap yet?
I would say go for it. Obviously, it's changed my business and changed what I can do within the business. And just having that extra support there is invaluable. I would never go back to not having anyone there with that support.
It's amazing. So, Jane, tell me about your Abundance Ads Academy. That sounds pretty cool.
Yes, so obviously I manage Facebook and Instagram ad campaigns for clients, but some business owners want to learn how to do it themselves, whether that's something that they want to learn to do or they don't have the finances to pay someone to do it for them. Also, I have got a couple of people in there, business owners, where they want their own VA to do their ads, but their VA doesn't have the knowledge to do it. So I have actually got a couple of VAs in the Abundant Ads Academy learning how to do ads for the business that they work for. So it's a training modules. You get full step-by-step instructions on how to run your Facebook ads. But what makes Abundant Ads Academy, I think, unique is they have the support of me in there every day. So they've got a question about their campaign or their strategy, they can ask me about it. And I also go in and review and audit ad campaigns every single month for members in there. So I do a video recording of what they've got running at the moment and where they can make improvements. So it's a done with you program, whereas I don't actually go in and do the ad campaigns for the business owners in there, but they have my support so they can do it and know that they're getting the best possible results from their ads that they're running.
It's amazing. And so, if someone's been listening today thinking, maybe I need to either start ads or up my ads game, how can they find more about you, Jane?
Yeah, so they can visit my website, webonize.com.au, which is Webonize, or Webonize on Instagram, Facebook, Jayne Day on LinkedIn.
Beautiful. And I'll pop your website in the show notes as well. So, Jane, you've been fantastic today. I love how you've built the relationship with Mirzi. You've taken the leap. You've learnt that delegation doesn't have to be painful all the time. And you're just going from strength to strength. So, I think that's really amazing. Do you have any final words?
I think just if you're thinking about you need the support in the business, just go for it and test it. You've got nothing to lose just by testing it. You're not locked into anything, and I think you'll see the benefits just like I have.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Jane.
Thanks.